Hello everyone, my name is Rocco and I want to welcome you to next week reading the meditation. So for week going from October 10th to October 16th, and I hope that it will be a delightful week for all of you. We will draw 3 cards, one representing the beginning, one representing the middle, and one representing the end of this week or the weekend. I'm using on this particular occasion Doreen Virtue's magical messages from the fairies. The fairies that are so important to me to the point that I named my group after them, and the angels, Angel and Fairy Magic, that I hope more and more of you will follow, because it truly contains a unique approach to these topics that belong to the broader definition of divine magic. The fairies are the angels of nature. A lot of dispute is going on still if the fairies are of paganism or if the fairies should be incorporated or considered for what they are. And in truth, the fairies, no matter what we think of them, are real spirits that are completely entwined with the nature around us, and they are God created and they are real. So they are more connected to the angels, and they work with the angels sometimes, because the angels work not with other deities but with other spirits. Because when we talk of deities, we talk of gods and goddesses who are again, like, I don't know, Dagon or Isis or Astaroth, and they are demons. So angels don't work together with demons in a positive way. They fight them off, they ward off demons. But angels work with fairies, with unicorns, with saints, with Mother Mary, with Jesus, with dragons, with mermaids, with all of these creatures that magicians always contacted. We know the fairies are real because we can see them in their effects. Not everything that happens in nature is perfectly explicable in scientific terms. And even then, the fairies may help the scientists convey a particular concept, whether we realize it or not. So I was almost moved reading a post by Diana Cooper today, the famous researcher of angelology and myth of Atlantis and other things, that she mentioned orbs that are light, small light balls that you can see around you that represent spirits, angels, and it struck me that she's trying to find a way to convince skeptical people into believing something that they cannot see, perhaps with their physical eyes. But the only way to experience them is when we experience love. And physical proof is also available if we look for it, so orbs and other things. But going back to today's reading, not today's reading, I'm sorry, to next week's reading. And again, we're using the fairy, not the fairy tarot that I usually use for readings, but the fairy oracle cards, so magical messages from the fairies. Fairies are very connected to nature and very connected to this planet. They are very real. They are with you every step of the way, and they are with us. So Monday and Tuesday, marriage card comes up. It says, fairies join you in celebrating wedded bliss. So again, it's going to be good news for your marriage. Good news for your marriage, because your marriage will flourish after time that you've perhaps needed extra comfort and so on, and you've needed something extra that hasn't always been part of your life, but now that what you've been longing for is coming to you. Then for Wednesday and Thursday we have a children card. Children are a little bit like fairies because they're playful. So let me spend a few words on extra words on that. Children are playful because children are with you and with me. In essence, they are with us when we decide to be happy. There is a child inside of us. This is when Jesus said 2000 years ago that to enter to enter the kingdom of God, we have to have the heart of or the attitude of a child. Because a child's idea and a child's dream is pure when an adult has been adulterated, or if you will, contaminated by people that are not as sensitive as the growing child or adult. And this can affect you on a subtle level sometimes. So my message is for next week, try to love life a bit more. You're getting good news everywhere you go, everywhere you look. Good news concerning marriage, good news concerning children. That could also mean pregnancy, or your wife, turns out that your wife is expecting a baby, and so it doesn't necessarily have to be all spiritual. It can be about other things too, as these are all parts of life, although the origin of all these things is spiritual. So if you don't have a connection with spirits at some level, you don't have a connection with matter either, to the point that people lose their lives because they partner up with Satan. For the weekend we have Your Wish is Granted card. This card is telling you that what you have asked for is becoming a reality. In the physical plane of existence. And because it's becoming a reality, we know that it's becoming more and more part of us. Our wish is something beautiful a wish is something beautiful that happens to you energetically and puts you in the state of asking for something. That is why when I hear about these people who never ask for anything because God gives them everything already without them asking, and that would be manifestation of His love. And it's true that God gives us everything already a lot of times without us asking, but it's also because we asked Him somehow, or we talked to Him at some point, that we're getting what we receive. We don't cut off our connection with God because our connection is strong. We reinforce it by asking Him what we would like, and then He sends us signals and signs to help us realize if what we're asking is part of Him or not. If it's not part of Him, and truly nothing isn't part of God, but if it isn't part of Him, then He won't give it to you. But if it is part of Him, in the sense part of His grace, then He wants to give it to you. He doesn't want you to fall. So no matter where you are in the universe, you're still God. So even Satan is property of God, but the difference is that he has a heavier task, that is one to suffer forever and to be forever condemned and to never be able to help anyone, especially not himself. And that's one of his quotes, being ironic, his flaws. So the fairies can help you defeat Satan by and we call the ego and evil in general, but we ought to use the awareness that these demons exist and it's not just the ego, because then reiterating this politeness or being in denial type of thing, that it's the ego or ego fear energy. And these politically correct terms really don't want to sway us away from the reality that is Satan. So, and I like to use these terms as well. I'm just saying that we should use all of the dictionary, and not just what gives an excuse to us for some reason. Okay. So we disconnect from the energy of fear, that is Lucifer, and we realign with the energy of love, that is God's. And by doing acts that are simple, like looking at a leaf behind the rays of the sun, rejoicing at a beach, relaxing, spending some time at a park in your city or town or village, eating well. These things connect you to fairy. Also, what connects you to fairy is the way you look at nature through the realm of it. So through looking at nature as an elemental, as a being of nature will look at it. So meditate on that. And that was my message for today. So I hope that you will enjoy it. May the fairies bless you. And blessings to you, and I hope you really have beautiful. Ciao.